day 2 of being in the Philippines, first official day. We traveled across the world, 36 hours of no sleep. We got here. It is super awesome. Everybody's so accommodating, very nice people. I watched a sick tournament yesterday, a quintet, watched the boys scrap, met a lot of cool people, and then it took a turn for the worse. Rod and Alex were on a side quest after the tournament yesterday. Alex wanted to get her nails done, and they took a scooter. I'm not gonna disclose who was driving or who was riding, but I get a call that there's been bad news. Alex and Rod have fallen off of the scooter, and I knew this was gonna happen deep in my soul, but I'm not gonna be the one to stop them from completing their side quest. Basically, Alex gets sliced up. She meets a really cool doctor and she gets stitched up. It doesn't look like anything's seriously injured, but she has a pretty cool scar from this trip.
Even though there was a slight mishap yesterday, my nails are still not done. So we need to get my nails done and my eyebrows waxed and get some glasses because I don't have vision insurance back at home. I would like to get some glasses so I can finally see when I drive back home. I actually had aspirations of owning a motorcycle back home, and everyone told me not to get it. And I understood that, but I was like, nah, I still want to be that bad biddy that owns a motorcycle and can operate. But after this incident, I think reality hit me. So.
What I plan to do throughout the week is have, for the first couple sessions, have specific focuses. First one's gonna be the standing exchange and guarded exchanges. I watched a lot of matches yesterday. I got a lot of ideas on how I can get people kind of just maybe looking at grappling from a different perspective, right? I know moves are cool. I still look at them, but when you look at them, you got to see them for their effects and their functions, right? So I'm not saying not to look at them, but see for what they are. So today we're gonna go standing exchange and the guarded exchange. I was watching some of the matches yesterday, and it was great to watch. But one thing I noticed is I think people are still looking at hand fighting as a sequence of things that we must try to get to, right? Oh, I want to collar tie, wrist tie, do this. But I want us to start thinking about hand fighting as more of conditions that allow us to progress our position or be more offensive. We're gonna experience that through using the guard and through standing. So we're gonna do alternating from standing to guarded, all right? So everybody just try to find a partner, your size, your skill if you can. Make sure everybody has a partner and we'll get started right away. So we said between the elbows, right? Why between the elbows is good? Who has access to who? The guy between the elbows, right? Right? I could do that. Now imagine, I get between someone's elbows and they can never get in between mine. Who's winning? Even if I don't score, I always have an opportunity to, right? There's this thing I like to, it's really personal to my style. Some people take this I don't like playing games of chance, right? So I might not be the fastest. I don't have my brother's flexibility or speed, but I'm pretty strong and I have a pretty good gas tank. So if I can stay between those elbows for the whole round, guess what I'm doing? Give me another one. Another condition wanted you guys to maintain. Behind the elbows. Right here. If I stay behind, who has access to who? Right? Through the rear. Can I attack the legs here? For sure, right? What's another one?
Hands on the floor.
Hands on the floor. Man, you're good, man. Hands on the floor. Who has access to who? Right? What's the other one? The last one? Not Russian tie, but
hands. More hands than
yes. More hands. More hands on him than he has on me, right? Who has access to who? Give me another one other than another way of 2-on-1ing. Who has access to who? Right? 2-on-1. Not only is it 2-on-1, I'm behind what?
Elbow.
Right? You guys see what I'm trying to get you to experience? So imagine when you're hand fighting, you're on your feet. No one could create those conditions on you, and you could create them on them. I don't care if there's an endless clock. You're winning that fight. You're winning that match, right? You see what I'm saying? So if we get good at holding those capacities, no one's scoring on it. Obviously, easier said than done, right? People get tired. There's clock pressure. There's score pressure, right? But we should be trying to train to achieve that ideal, right? Between, behind, hands down, more hands on them than they have on me. No way he's scoring, okay? That make sense?
Yes.
All right, this next game, I want us to try to do the same thing, but I want to reframe it from the guarded position, right? One thing I notice is a lot of people think the guard is here, starts here on our back. It is a form of guard, but we're missing a lot of opportunity by trying to stay seated, okay? It's only a game the top player can win. Bottom player, you're trying to increase your capacity to, one, prevent him from connecting his hands on me, and two, how long I can keep him destabilized or in the guarded sense, off balance, all right? 2 ways for the top player to win. If he connects his hand around my upper body, like let's say a front headlock, boom, that's a win. If he gets a body lock, that's a win. Anything where he's connected around my hips or my shoulders, that's a win. He doesn't have to pass my guard or anything, right? Because if I wasn't able to prevent him from doing that, my guard is not as good as it could be, right? Another way he could win, let's just try and explore maintaining the seated position, is if he makes both of my shoulders touch, game over, okay? We'll flip-flop. I cannot win, okay? My job is to maintain the seated position. I cannot stand, I cannot sweep. I could just try to keep him from connecting on me and try to prevent him from putting me on my back, all right? How can we do this? What's one thing that we can take from the last game and apply it here? Inside position, right? He can't access me. What's a really good one for the guard? Because now we have all limbs working towards us. We have more things on him than he has on me, right? Apply that here, okay? My job, stay seated as much as I can. His job, put my shoulders, even if it touches, boom, game over. If he connects, however, boom. If he gets behind me, connects, that's a loss, all right? Every time the top player wins, we're gonna flip-flop top-bottom. I'll give you 2 things to kind of help you as the bottom player. 1, use all your limbs. All your limbs should be doing something, whether it's propelling myself around the mat or connecting to him, all right? Try to have all your things working on him. Make sure he cannot connect to us, okay? Last thing, I want you guys to explore harassing the feet, right? So whatever's closest to me, I'm gonna reach with my longest tool. Right now, my longest tool is what?
Legs.
My legs. So he tries to get close to me. Let's play the game a little bit. Ready? Go. Thank you. Make sense? You guys kind of see the same hand fighting sequence. Staying behind, 2-on-1, trying to maintain this seated position as long as I can. Bottom player, no closed hands again. All right, same thing as the last game. We'll talk about this game after we play it a little more, some of the reasoning, but does everybody know how to play this game? So once I start the clock, everybody's good?
Yes.
You guys good? All right, on 2, 1, 2. Don't make your shoulders touch, come on. Good. Use all your limbs. Good, nice. Nice. Good. Bottom player, you should be so good that the top player doesn't get a chance to switch. That's on them if they don't win. Yep. He hasn't won yet. He has to connect his hands. You have an opportunity to recover your guard. Good? Yes, good, Gino. Boom. Yeah. You see, there's still opportunity there. Until he connects, there's not really a control, right? Until he puts you on your back, there's not really control. Play that whole space. Yeah, yeah. One of the #1 intentions we have before every session is everybody that's involved in the session makes it to the next training session uninjured. That's for you, that's for your partners, right? So just keep that in mind, right? that allows us to modulate intensity to a spot where we can still be competitive. But if you feel like it's like, oh man, this is kind of sketchy, it's probably a good idea. It's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying not be competitive, but we need to train, right? So we can't be injured. Make sense? Bring it in. All right, guys, day 1 in the books. We did 2 sessions yesterday. First session was pretty effortful. We did some stand-up work and some guarded work. I think everybody got a lot of value out of it. I got a lot of good feedback. We have 3 more sessions for the week. 2 today, 1 tomorrow. I think today we're gonna hit pinning and passing, and then breaking and back taking in the afternoon. We're peak life right now, guys. What do I say again? What do I always say? Yeah, don't let them tell you we're not up, because we are. We up here. Your hair is looking like ocean princess type.
Thanks. That was the look I was going for. I woke up and I was like, I want to be Ariel, but Filipino.
So yesterday the morning session was the guarded situation and standing and some of the common invariant things that's related to those 2 positions, standing and guarded. First session today, we're gonna work on passing and pinning. And I want you guys to start thinking that there is nothing different between the 2. So if we break Jiu-Jitsu down or grappling down into 3 major positions, standing position, guarded, being on bottom, and then being on top, right? Yesterday I talked about the fundamental tasks for being in a standing position. We hand fight to get access to the center, then down it, or we down the center, single legs, double legs, and then get to it, right? That's pretty simple, right? Everybody following that? When we're talking about the guarded situation, it's making connections so we can manage distance, and we're doing that through destabilizing, right? Now the fundamental for being on top, the fundamental tasks, all my tasks are built off these. Stay on top, keep them down. Make sense? So throughout this whole session, if you had anything to remember, is when I'm on top, I'm staying on top and keeping them down. Pretty simple? All right. Also, when we were talking about the guard, we're saying no matter what guard you name, closed guard, half guard, deli hiva, reverse, whatever, right? There are connections that destabilize the top player. What are those connections? What are we using? What are we using? Exactly, hands and feet, right? These are the things that are gonna affect the top player. I had a question, I was rolling with some of you guys yesterday, and someone was saying, the way you're holding my foot was annoying, right? What was I actually doing was denying any connection on me, because if there's no connections, they can't destabilize me, and they're not gonna be able to manage distance, right? So, this first game is gonna be similar in nature to the first game we played yesterday's morning session. It's gonna be continuous for the top player. So the top player cannot win, okay? We must maintain a condition for as long as possible, ideally for the whole round. Bottom player will have a win. How about you, bro? On your back. He's gonna start belly up. On your, yep. I'm gonna start past the feet. I'm gonna give you a couple stereotypical starting positions. I'm gonna start past the feet. I can put my shin on the same side, hamstring, be over here, or I can be past the feet on the outside, just like this, all right? Top player, I'm not gonna allow you to put your chest on their chest, but if, for example, if he exposes his back, I could go chest to back, right? Also, we cannot put knees down as the top player, okay? His job, he has 2 jobs. He can either win by making my hips touch the mat in any way, or getting up. Make sense? If he gets up to his feet, I can be connected to him. If he gets up to his feet, game over. If, just bump me to my hip. He does any tag, boom, my hip touches, even for a second, that's a loss, we'll flip. Make sense? Starting here, here, any variation of that, here, right? I cannot put my knees down, and I cannot put my chest on his chest, all right? I can go chest to back, but the moment he puts his chest upward facing, I cannot put my chest on his chest. Does everybody know what the top player must do? Everybody know what the bottom player must do? You have a question, sir?
How do you get chest to back? You don't have to.
Say again?
How do you get chest to back? You don't have to.
If I go like this, and he, right? Chest to back, no knees ground, right? Make sense? I'll give you a couple tips. If we know the guard is connections that destabilize the top player, guess what we're doing with those feet? Keeping them off where? Us, right? What was the other way he could win? Get up, right? Where must his feet go to get up? The mat. So when we're playing this game with those constraints in play, you can't put your knees down, and you can't go chest to chest. I must make sure his feet never touch me and the feet never touch the mat. We're trying to build our capacity to make sure those connections cannot be affecting the top player. Does it make sense? Any questions? All right, on two, 1, 2. Keep the feet off of you, keep the feet off the ground. Boom, easy money. Too easy, too easy. Remember your job is to knock him to a hip. Timber, yes sir. Top player, can't put your knees down, can't go chest to chest. Remember, stay on top, keep them down. Yes, good, nice, I like it. Clear feet, keep the feet clear. Try to get your foot back to a good position. Yes, sir. Timber, nice. Don't let those feet touch you. Stand up with it, Gino, nice. Keep the feet off the ground. Bottom player, get up, come on. Good, nice, Gino. Clear feet, get on those feet. Keep, yep, literally clear the feet. Oh, feet on the ground, bro. Nice, good. Don't let the feet touch you. No knees, get the knees out, oh, boom. Clear those feet, don't let them touch you. Even the tops of his feet, don't let them touch you. Don't let the feet touch the ground either. Good. Keep them off the ground. Yeah, yeah. Use it. Oh, nice hips. Time. Water, water, hydrate. So remember yesterday, I want you guys to start thinking this way. If I wanted to get access to their center, I was staying between the elbows. If no one could deny those to me, I always have access, right? If I wanted to pass the guard, for example, what objective task can we talk about or kind of come up with where we always have an opportunity to get to that center? Yeah, remove you. Yes, you've been watching Greg. Yo, homie said remove the periphery, bro. That's awesome. Okay, I know a lot of you guys watch Greg, and he says we segment the periphery. All that means is we get the arms and legs out of the way so we can get to the center. We did that standing yesterday, right? We were staying in between the arms are out of the way, we can get to the center. We get behind the elbows, we get to the center. Now, in the guard, when we're trying to pass the guard, the periphery is now with the legs, right? So we gotta remove them. What is the first thing that is gonna interact with me? What part of the body? Feet, right? Specifically the feet. That's the farthest thing away. So you guys found out in this last game, if the bottom player made your hip touch, that means their feet were on you somehow. So one condition that we could try to build our capacity in is keeping the feet off of us. Imagine no one's feet could touch you. Ain't nobody scoring. Make sense? What's another thing? So we talked about feet off the ground. What was the other way the bottom player could win? Standing, right? So let's add to that. Not only do we have to keep the feet off the ground, we have to keep the feet off where? So Our fundamental task is stay on top, keep them down, and then we're gonna explore this idea of keeping the feet off of us and keeping the feet off the ground as it relates to getting past the guard, right? I'll talk about one more thing, and we'll get right back to work. Typically when we learn jiu-jitsu or grappling, when we talk about guard passing, we talk about the end positions. When we pass the guard, we end in side body, side control, right? What's another one? We can pass the guard to where? Mount, right? Mount. North, south, right? When we learn those things, when we're told that, you see the end position, but it doesn't give us direction, right? When we talk about passing the guard or segmenting limbs, segmenting periphery, we talk about these lines, right? All right, just earlier we got past the feet. That first game, we're learning how to stay past the feet. We're at the line of the what now? Knees. So where do you put your attention now once you pass the feet? We're not thinking side body or mount. We're thinking about the thing that's right in front of us, right? So, how about you, Gino? All right, once I get here, I'm trying to work on getting past what? The knees, and what's the next line to get to? The hips, right? It could look like that, it could look a bunch of different ways, right? Once I'm at his center, what's gonna come in the way? Hands, right? So where do I put my attention? Removing those. If I remove hands, what could come in the way? Elbows, frames, right? I can remove those to get to the center. You guys watch me roll the last couple of days. I stick to this. I don't know how it's gonna look like, but I know I'm not thinking side body mount, back mount, any of that. I see what's in front of me and just put our attention into removing that. Make sense? So if I'm here, I know what's gonna come in my way. Because if they're not there, I'm passing, right? So all the resistance we're gonna get when you say segment periphery, this is what he means, right? This is hands are coming in the way. I need to stay on top, keep them down, making sure I'm not getting put back further, right? If I pass the knees, I don't want to get put back in front of the knees and then not the feet. So I'm maintaining that line and working on the next thing in front of me. If we could put our attention to that, it makes it clear of where we must start, putting our efforts. It makes sense? All right, let's do this. Bottom player, his job is the same. Stand up or make my hip touch. Obviously, that's his minimum job. If he sweeps me and gets on top, takes my back, that's a win, but at a minimum, he must stand up or make my hips touch, all right? We're gonna start half guard, all right? We're gonna start at the hips. Bottom player is gonna keep his frames active, and we're gonna start from there. He's gonna try to win by putting my hips down, touching the mat, or standing up, all right? I'm already past the knees, so anytime those knees come in, I'm gonna try to work to stay past them. And we talked about yesterday night, a very common thing. What was the thing that we talked about as it leads to isolating limbs? Staying under what? So we know where we must go, right? So I'm getting those hands out of the way, getting the elbows out, finding ways here. I win by having a close connection around the shoulders. That could be under one arm. Look anyway, could be under both arms. And I must be past the legs. That could be mount, side body, where my leg's not trapped. Even if I take his back from as the top player, that'll be a win. Make sense? So a close connection at his shoulders could look like this, and past his legs. Make sense? Bottom player, your job is simple. Get all your tactics are to make this guy's hips touch or get up. Make sense? I'll add another one. If he's able to put the closed guard, that's a win too. So stay ahead of your lines, right? We're already past the knee, stay ahead of it, remove what's in front. Let's try to get our legs free and a close connection around at the shoulders, all right? What is the fundamental task of being on top? Stay on top and keep them down, all right? And we just experience staying past the feet. Let's explore getting past other lines. Pretty easy. This time both players can win every time there's a win flip-flop. All right, on two, 1, 2. If the knee comes in front, guess what? We're getting ahead of that knee. Get in front of those knees. Get in front of the knees. Oi, nice. The knees in, get in front of it. Put something at the hips. Get to those hips. Yeah. No knee shield for this one. Starting there, but if she puts the knee shield later, that's fine. Keep going. Okay?
Some small things.
So stay ahead of those knees. Don't let the knees come back in. Get past the hands, elbows, get to those shoulders. You alright, bro?
Oh, dude, my fucking hurts. It's like 8 to 9 faints.
8 to 9. Rest. You, the lines, Gino, yeah? Come on. Stay ahead of those lines. Clear the feet, clear the knees. We're getting to those hips now. Nice. Oh, hey, oh, I don't know. Did the hips touch? I don't know. The ref wasn't watching. Time. Water, guys.
As standard, we got Rodrigo. The Philippines, we got Darwin. All right, me and Alex first.
Rod, you say go.
All right. Your mark. Get set. Go.
Dude, I'm not a water animal, bro.
Bro, I've never seen you breathe like this. Like, never in my life have I seen you breathe. I've seen you do 45 minutes straight of grappling and not breathe like this.
Grappling is my shit. In the water, I'm nothing, bro. I need a CLA, bro. I need a CLA swimming. You know how when you learn how to swim, the
Yeah,
first
you
thing they
just
do,
float, yeah.
you put you on your back. I did that shit. I sank right to the damn bottom. Just relax, right?
Bro, what the hell is wrong? How did that happen?
Dude. And I was gonna eat it all the way down.
Like a rock.
Big hips, big chest. I did that. That shit went.
So this training session's around back taking and its relation to breaking on the legs, okay? All right, guys, next game. Same wind conditions. I'm just gonna change the initial condition, the starting position, so you guys could see something common, something that's required for both the wind conditions. Back taking essentially, and finishing on the legs, particularly the inside heel hook, right? Now instead of starting entangled, hips down, and remember what I said earlier, leg locks and entangling is not a bottom guy thing, a bottom player thing, right? It's play the whole space to get attachment to the hips, right? Whether that's with our upper body, like body locking, right? Or attachment to the hips with our lower body, entangling, right? Now, this is how we're gonna start. Leg drag, typical leg drag position. Finish on the leg, or take the back. This guy, break free, disconnect, all right? Yeah, disconnect, guarded, standing, getting on top, right? That's a win for the same win as for the bottom player, right? But this time, finish on the leg or take the back is starting on top with the leg across, okay? Make sense? All right, on two, 1, 2. Guys, remember, same constraint, no chest to chest positioning. You're either getting on the legs or getting on the back, all right? Let's go. Remember, if the back's not there, go right back to the legs. Play that space, yes. And then keep, boom, boom, alternate. Chase the back, chase the leg, chase the back, chase the leg. Good, yes. Back to the legs, good. Hips and hands, hips and hands. Don't let them free. Good. Rotate, manage it, good. Find an opportunity to bite. Find an opportunity to bite there. Yes. Weigh the toes. Back or legs, back or legs. We're not trying to pin them. Good. Hips and hands, hips and hands. If you don't like it, put them on his hips or hands. Yes, constantly. He doesn't feel safe. Good. Yes, find it. Play the space, play the space. Up, up, up. Wait, come, nah, come on, keep going. He's not out. Come on, find it. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, now you're out. Good. Pull it across your body. Inside heel hook. If it's not there, go chase the hips again. Put it across. Up, up, up. Yes. Back down to the legs, go. Find it, chest to back. Boom, nice. Eyes out. Time.
Tell me why I almost killed Alex the other day, and I'm like, never get on the bike again. And then she pulls up to the coffee spot talking about, I took the bike.
Last day, we got the homies with us. We got Filipino Rod and said, these guys are the next big thing, bro. I told them, all you need is a good coach, good athlete, and a storyteller. We got Darwin as the storyteller. Said might be the next, bro. He said he's gonna fight me eventually. He don't care. He don't care. Gives me more reasons to come back home. No, it's this is my first trip back home to do jiu-jitsu, and the reason is to teach. I want to come back more often.
You gotta go back for the homies, bro. For the Filipino boys, we got potential. Fuck basketball, bro.
National sport in the Philippines is basketball, bro.
What's the average height?
Dude, I'm like tall. I'm 5'7". I'm tall, bro. That's crazy. In jiu-jitsu, there's weight classes, bro. We could thrive at the lower weight classes for sure. Don't sleep on us.
My number one has always been Filipinos. I've never met a Filipino in my life that I didn't just love right away. So shout out all my Filipinos back home. Shout out all the Filipinos on the island still.
In the world, bro.
All worldwide, Filipinos are just the best, man.
We unite, bro.
So you're saying, if I could kind of put your question into other words, you're saying you know this thing works. Crab ride, for example, and that's your theme of the week. Can I do that with other things? Is that what you're asking? Can you, like, for example, we know leg drags work, right? Can I create a practice using the CLA around that? Yes, we can. But we start with, okay, let's say the crab ride, for example, and we'll play the game. We'll if that's what you want me to kind of design, we can do that, like from the crab ride. Okay, crab ride, basically meaning I have 2 feet on the inside, right? Behind the knees, and usually it's from the guarded position, right? Basically, I haven't isolated, I haven't got to the center yet, right? So, let's say, okay, we think it's a guarded position, right? We're starting in a very specific connection that has a function and a limit, right? The crab ride. All right, what is our path forward from the crab ride, right? So what is our path forward from the guard? What do we use the guard for? Managing distance. So, okay, when I'm in the crab ride, they're facing away from me. One thing I need to build is, can I keep them facing away from me? You see what I'm saying? So it's funny, we actually played this game, me and Rod, before we left. We were training together. And we started, Gino, can I borrow you? Turn around. Started like this, right? Now, my job as if I wanted to build the capacity to making sure that I can still make and maintain connections, one thing we could do from that, if we want to explore the function of the crab ride, that specific connection, we can make a continuous game, right? All he has to do is break away. And we did this kind of yesterday as well in the breaking and backtaking game, right? All he has to do is break away, and I just must stay connected to him. But we're starting here. By having our students start in a very specific connection, they immediately find its function. They don't have to find it, right? Now, when we move back to like a more facing neutral guard, they can know where to go, right? Try to create the conditions that lead to the crab ride, and they know what its function is right away because they have experience using that. Does it make sense? But if we know the crab ride is like, we could consider it a guarded situation, it's connections that manage distance. You could say, keep this guy, defending player, facing away for as long as possible. Make sense? All he has to do is turn and face. If he turns and face, game over, switch, flip-flop. We're building that capacity and maintaining that, right? Okay? That's one thing we could work, right? Using the CLA, some task objectives around that. Another thing too is like, let's say we don't want to build the capacity, but we want to start using it, and it's, how do we use it to progress in grappling? So, make connections to manage distance, like you said. What also are we doing in any guard? What should we be doing? Destabilizing them, right? So, we could play it like we did in the standing game. Let's say I want to get to their hips. We're facing, building up to their hips. Whether I build up to them or sit them down, right? I still have to get to those hips. And then eventually get from the hips to the shoulders, right? Because a crab ride, traditionally when we see it, it's a back take, right? So, we can play the same game. Like, remember when we started on a connection? I told you guys to destabilize your partner, then move to the next connection. You do the same thing here. If we want to explore how we're going to work up the body from that specific connection, the crab ride, you tell your students you must make the hands touch or hips touch before you try to go to the hips. Then once you get to the hips, you must make the hands touch or hips touch again before you get to the shoulders. So that's 2 games right there for them to explore that. And then the other thing too is, face me. This position and the crab ride position what they have in common is what?
Legs on the inside.
Yeah, I have inside, I have legs on the inside, I have inside control, right? This gives me access to what?
Center of mass.
Yeah, exactly. And when I have 2, like, this is inside, this is another form of inside position just from standing, I have access to center, right? I have access to the center, right? Right? Turn around. I have access to the center, right? You see that? So there's another function we could do, we could explore, is how we use that to start isolating limbs. You guys see that? Just from from a very specific position, we can build capacity there. We can build capability there. How do we progress towards the back? How do we progress towards the legs? And we can make it all objective, right? Does that make sense? Let's play the second game I talked about so you guys can kind of experience it, right? You know, inside, all I must do is I want to create some sort of destabilization to the hand or to the hip, then try to get to their hips. Once you get to the hips, destabilize to their, keep them on their hips or destabilize to the hands so you get to their shoulders, right? I'm not going to show you how to do that. I just want you to start from the crab ride, get to the hips any way you can, then get to the shoulders, okay? That's all I want to see. Every time there's somebody wins, flip-flop. Defending player, seated guards a win, standing neutrals a win, right? Let's make that so this guy could just work on that destabilization process and working up the body. Does that make sense, guys? Good? Good? Let's run that game for a little bit and then we go into another one. All right? All right. Everybody partner up, please. Get them on their hands, get them on their hips, stay behind those knees. Oi, nice. Put him on his hands first. Good. And then get to the shoulders, boom. Put him on his hands. Make his hands touch the mat. Or the hips, yes, nice. Find the hips. Think back to yesterday, guys. You can get on those legs to get to accomplish your goal as well. If you gotta put a guy down to help you. Play the whole space. Yep. Yeah, put him on his hands. Destabilize, continue, yes. Boom. Destabilize, to his hands. Put him on his hands, heavy to his hands or his hips. Yeah. Yeah, now, yeah, find the shoulders. Get above that shoulder, get above the shoulders. Time. Water, bring it in.
Right now, we're about to eat dinner.
It's called Boodle Fight.
On some banana leaves. They're spelling my name out in rice, which is crazy. And then, obviously, we're in the Philippines, so everybody's got the karaoke out. Once again, peak life.
Is this American Pie?
Bye, Miss American Pie. To the Chevy, to the levee, what the
day I
levee.
die? What?
Bro. Rod is sick, but he's still vibing, bro.
Wrestling hot, real.
You just squirted on everybody.
Bro, he could not be serious right now. He could not be serious. Bro has had one girlfriend and one wife, so I know it's not coming from the heart. Not like me.
It's all right, bro. We're back at the usual spot. Neighbors Coffee, #1 coffee in the East Coast. Quote me on that. Woke up this morning. Unfortunately, we're not in the Philippines, but it's okay. We'll be back. Rod, Alex, and I had a great time. Got to train with some of the guys back home. I think the no-gi in the Philippines is underrated. I think if we really wanted to make some big splashes or make some big noise, I think you take some of those guys that are in the gi, train them up in no-gi. I think they can make a big splash in the Asian no-gi scene. I'll be back though, for sure. I don't know, there's something about, and maybe you guys felt this before, but there's something about not meeting someone ever and then just going to a place and feeling like you were homies forever. That's what I got in the Philippines. It's very rare to feel that, but when I went to the Philippines, it was sick. It felt like, dude, we were welcomed. It felt like they were my homies. Shoot, if they want to come to the States, you could train a standard, train a black box. And then we'll bring some boys, some of the boys next time we come around. Not Joe though. You take all the women. Definitely a good trip. We'll definitely be back, and I'm looking forward to the next time.
Affection, people and breeze. Chattin.